The high tide has finally gone down. The oysters will now be visible, and the oyster women gatherers can set out along the Gambian River from Lamin Lodge Harbour, which is just outside of Banjul.
Before, all of the mangrove used to have some oysters, but now nothing is there.
Mariama is a member of the Tri-Oyster Women's Association, a collective of around 500 female oyster harvesters from 15 villages in the Greater Banjul area. Fatou Janha Mboob is the founder.
We are now using the small axe to scrape the mangrove, to scrape the oysters from the stem of the oysters, from the branches of the mangrove, so that they can maintain the production in the coming year. So these are all the things we have been training. Proper harvesting methods we've been training them to do, and then also how to protect the mangroves, how to replant the mangroves. Every rainy season, each community take it upon themselves to harvest, to plant the mangroves that are dying off. So as you will see, the mangroves are quite healthy now. So those are some of the things we've been training them to do.
The oysters also need fresh water and the salt water should mix up together. So when there is not enough rain, the oysters will not be much. I'm so worried about the climate change, but I don't have nothing to do because I don't have the knowledge to avoid the climate change.
The Gambia is a small strip of low-lying land in West Africa. As one of the world's poorest and least developed countries, it is suffering the effects of a climate crisis it did little to cause.
Climate change activists fear that unless concerted action is taken soon, disaster looms.
We're facing high temperature rises, less rainfalls, a change in the whole rain pattern, and we're looking at the mangroves dying due to high salinity rises. So what we're looking at, how do we find maybe scientific models or industrial models or equipments that could be able to help people track the salinity level in these rivers, that could be able to guide our planting processes.
The oysters are not only used to make traditional dishes like oyster stew, but the shells are dried for a year and used as paving around fishing towns, driveways, and also used to make paint and chalk. Customers at Tipper Garage Market are noticing the price of oysters are creeping up.
How much is the cup?
The cup is $60.
Oh, that's too expensive.
There are a number of factors playing a part in the scarcity of oysters: pollution, more women entering the business, increasing coastal populations, which are leading to more urbanisation, and mangroves being cut down and converted to agriculture and timber harvesting. The fisheries industry contribute 12% of the Gambia's GDP and is the third largest sector in the country after agriculture and tourism, and the livelihoods of well over 300,000 Gambians depend on it and its related activities. The government says they are actively trying to mitigate the impact of climate change.
That we encourage women VDCs, that is community development committees all over the country, to get back and rejuvenate the forest. Tree planting comes in as a buffer zone for absorption of carbon dioxide.
As COP27 approaches, these women are looking to leaders around the world for solutions to help avert a climate change disaster. In the meantime, many will be forced to diversify their livelihoods and leave the only industry they've ever known. Otalor, BBC News, Banjul.